So here's the question. What do we do when we don't know what to do? And it might sound like a simple question. It might sound like too broad, too vague of a question, like how can you answer that one question for all situations? But we can, and the Bible does. And the story I want to take us to is Exodus chapter 14. This is when Moses has led the children, the people of Israel, out of Egypt. They're just into the wilderness. They're coming up against the Red Sea. And God, in the beginning of chapter 14, tells Moses, have the Israelites camp essentially with their backs against the water and the Egyptians coming at you. And God says, then Pharaoh will think the Israelites are confused. They are trapped in the wilderness. And have you ever felt trapped in your situation? Have you ever felt like someone is attacking you and you're trapped? You know, what are you going to do? How are you going to handle this in some way that leads to a good result? Because somebody's attacking you. Have you ever felt like you're facing a challenge in life? Maybe it's an illness or a sickness in life. Maybe it's a financial challenge, okay? Maybe it's a challenge of identity and value and who you are and what you're supposed to do in life and God's will and where He's leading. Have you ever felt in life, and I know you have, we all do often, especially parents with kids, right? God, what do I do? Help me to understand how to be the best parent I can be, because my deepest heart's desire is for these kids to have a good life and to make good choices and have a good future. Have you ever felt trapped? Have you ever felt confused? God says Pharaoh's going to think the Israelites are confused. He's going to think they're trapped in the wilderness with their backs against the Red Sea. And God says, and once again, I will harden Pharaoh's heart and he will chase after you. I have planned this in order to display my glory through Pharaoh and his whole army. After this, the Egyptians will finally know that I am the Lord. So the Israelites camped there as they were told. Do you know what it means to camp somewhere? Of course you do. It means to set up a tent. It means to build fires. It means to, at least at the very minimum, settle down for the night, possibly settle down for days, maybe weeks, a longer period of time. It certainly means don't move. It says that the Israelites camped there as they were told. The Israelites' backs are up against the Red Sea. The Egyptians, much more powerful than the Israelites, with much stronger weapons and chariots and horses and things like that, are coming straight at them. And they're supposed to set up camp. Now, the Israelites do realize the danger of their situation, and it goes on to say in chapter 14, the Israelites go to Moses and cry out and say, what in the world? Why have you brought us here? Did you and God bring us to this place with our backs up against the Red Sea, trapped, and now we're confused, So it's not just that Pharaoh thought they would be confused and trapped. They were confused and trapped. Have you ever felt in life confused and trapped? Have you ever been in a situation in life that you would rather not be in? Have you ever been in a situation in life where you wonder, how did I get in this situation in life? How did all of my life lead to this place? This does not feel like a good place. I feel trapped. I feel that life is in this moment out of my control. I would feel much better if I was in control. I would feel much better if I completely understood everything that's going on around me. I was in control of my life and I felt safe based on the situation around me and my control of it. Have you ever felt so confused and trapped? I know you have. Everybody has at least once in their life. Most of us many times in our lives. God, I don't know what's going on. I don't know where you're leading me. And frankly, where I'm at right now doesn't seem to be the best place. It doesn't seem to be the wisest place. I feel somewhat trapped. They say that to Moses. And Moses responds to him this way. This is Exodus 14:13. Verses 13 and 14, beautiful. Moses told the people, do not be afraid. In your confused state of mind, in your trapped position, seemingly trapped position, do not be afraid. Do not, that's how we start. If you feel trapped and confused right now, confused and trapped, the first thing is do not be afraid. So literally, you just have to stop for a second and pause and go, okay, don't know why I'm here. Don't know where God's leading. And frankly, it doesn't feel like a good place. Doesn't feel like a safe place. Not just physically dangerous. Maybe you just don't feel safe, good, emotionally or financially or in terms of a sickness or disease, anything like that. This feels dangerous. This doesn't feel good. I don't have a peace. The first thing you do is you just take a pause. You do a deep breath and you go, I am choosing not to be afraid. You might still be afraid, but you're going to say, I am choosing not to be afraid. I am choosing to trust in God. I am choosing in the midst of my confusion and feeling trapped, my position of literally for some of us being trapped, to state to myself, to state to anyone who can hear me and state to God, I am not afraid. Moses said, do not be afraid. And here's the plan. Here's what you do, people of Israel. Here's what you do, you and me. Here's what we do. Just stand still. That's it. Just stand still and watch. What do? I'm confused. God, I don't know where you're leading me. Should I be going out and making myself available so that you can show up and speak to me? So maybe I need to go and meet with 50 different people and ask them their opinion of what I should be doing and where I should be going. I'm confused and I feel a little trapped. I don't like the way that person's treating me, or I don't know, nobody does. The doctors don't know what to do about this sickness, this disease. I don't know what to do financially. I've looked for a job for a long time, or the job that I'm in is not working for me, or we're just in a lot of debt, or my kids, or my dog, or my wife, or my husband, or whatever it is. I feel trapped. Just stand still. Just be still and watch. Why watch? Because when you watch for something, you expect it to happen. Whoa. Okay, this is a big deal. First of all, don't do anything. If the Israelites had tried to do something, what would have happened? It's not just stand still because, that shows good faith or something like that. It stands still because if the Israelites tried to do something, they would have messed everything up. If the Israelites said, all right, let's run away. Well, they can't. They're trapped. Okay, let's go try to attack. Because it's either stand still or attack. You really can't get away that way or that way. You've got a Red Sea behind you, and the Egyptians are coming at you. They can just divert that way. Okay, so here's the point. They've either got to attack or stand still. All right, let's attack. Sorry, Israelites, in your own power, which they knew, by the way, even in their lack of faith, they knew if they tried to attack, they would lose the battle to the Egyptians. The Egyptians are much more powerful. So the reason you stand still, the reason we need to stand still when we feel confused and trapped in life is because if we act, most likely, we're going to mess it up. We're going to get in the way of God's plan. It's not going to work out well for us. Stand still because acting will not work out well for you. And then watch. Watch is the position of faith. It's the position of expectancy. I stand still and then I go, all right, God, I'm looking. I'm watching. I don't know where you're going to show up. I don't know how you're going to show up. And I don't know what you're going to do because, hello, I'm confused and trapped. But you are going to show up. You are going to do something. You do have a plan. You love me. You're good. You're for me, not against me. I'm watching. I'm waiting. I'm expectant. I'm looking for your mighty right hand to come and save me. We stand still and we watch. Moses said, just stand still and watch the Lord rescue you today. The Egyptians you see today will never be seen again. At the end of the chapter, it says, all the Egyptians die in the Red Sea. The Lord himself will fight for you. Some versions say, just be still. My version says, just stay calm. So let me read the whole thing to you again. But Moses said to the people in their confused and trapped state, do not be afraid. And you've got to pause, deep breath, and go, I choose not to be afraid. Then he gives them the plan to win. You stand still. God's going to act. We will stand still, all right? Stand still and watch the Lord rescue you today. Do not act. You'll mess it up. But watch and be expectant. And look for his mighty right hand to come in and do something glorious. The Lord himself will fight for you. Just stay calm. And I believe Moses said that last line this way. Israelites, please get this. You cannot win. But the Lord himself, the creator, the maker of the heavens and the earth, the one that has everything existing in him, will fight for you. He loves you that much. He will step into your story today. And he is going to be great for you. He is going to fight for you. So just please, stay calm. Don't try to do it yourself. Please believe. Please wait. Please watch and be expectant of what God is going to do in our nation and in our lives today. If you will do that, Israelites, God will show up and you will be saved. In your confused and trapped position, if that's where you are today, or in your confused and trapped position, whenever that happens in the future, don't be afraid. Just be still. You're not going to make it better. Only God's going to make it better. And watch expectantly for God to step in and fight for you. Just be calm. God's mighty right hand is here to save you because he loves you so much.